The first step in cutting an external thread is making sure that the major diameter is within specifications. It's also a good idea to machine a chamfer at least as deep as the thread at the beginning of the thread as well. To cut an external right-hand unified thread on a lathe, begin by setting the gearbox for the correct number of threads per inch, making sure that the feed is directed from the tailstock toward the headstock. Then set a spindle speed about a quarter of normal turning speed. Next, rotate the compound rest by moving the handle end 29 to 29.5 degrees to the right from a position parallel to the cross slide, and tightening the locking nuts. Once the locking nuts have been tightened, hold a center gauge against the major diameter of the workpiece and align the cutting tool with the V in the side of the center gauge. Then start the spindle and coat the major diameter with layout fluid. Move the compound rest forward to remove backlash and set it at 0. Next, touch off the major diameter with the cross slide and set it at 0 as well. Position the tool near the beginning of the thread. Once the thread dial reaches the correct mark to make the first pass, engage the half nut. When the tool reaches the end of the thread, disengage the half nut. Then retract the cross slide one full turn and return it to the starting point. Next, return the cross slide to the reference 0 position and check the number of threads per inch, or TPI, with a screw pitch gauge. After verifying that TPI is correct, advance the compound rest about 10 thousandths. Apply cutting fluid and take another pass. Reduce the cut depth each time by about 2 thousandths. The total in-feed amount is approximately 0.7 divided by the TPI. As you near the final depth, take passes of about a half thousandth, followed by a spring pass without advancing the tool. As you work, check the thread frequently using a go, no-go ring gauge, a thread micrometer, or by measuring over wires until the correct pitch diameter is reached. For cutting a left-hand thread, the process is the same, with the exception that the compound rest is turned in the opposite direction, and the feed is from the headstock toward the tailstock.